All right, we will begin in just a moment. Hello, Brian. Hey, Ben. All right, it is 8:30, so we can get going. Tonight is the third night of Breakers Club #1. We are in the middle, basically. When we do two of these boxes, we'll be exactly halfway through. And for today, we're going to rip in no particular order our blaster of 2021 Topps Gallery. This should have 4 exclusive printer-proof parallels, so if you're collecting those. We've got a box of 1994 Select. This was a hobby exclusive back then, so I'm excited about that one. We have another big box of cards, this much newer 2022 Topps Heritage. A little bit later, not today, another night, we will have the 2022 Topps Heritage High Series. So we've got a box of each of those. And I think we're going to end with this one, the Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary Edition. This one was by request. A couple people actually asked for me to get a box of this for a future group break, so I did. This was another hobby box, so you know that's nice. 94, we weren't born yet. Well, it depends on who you're going to include in that we there, Brian. Some of us are a bit older, and that's all I'll say about that. I feel older by the day. Before I start, though, 2 things. One, let me just put this in the chat. This is not what I meant to put in the chat. Let's try that again. I wanted to include an invite to the Discord in the chat for anyone that maybe is not in the Discord yet. Discord is a happening place. So there's the Discord link. Inside the Discord, you'll find chats about group breaks, signups for group breaks, but also chatting about lots of other stuff. We've got a little discussion going on about some hobbies right now, people showing off some of their cards they get, signatures to the mail, all kinds of stuff. So it's been fun. It's really fun to watch that grow. So I've enjoyed that so far. And speaking of the Discord, over on the Discord, if you're interested, we are taking signups for a case break, a jumbo case break of 2023 Topps Series 1. That should be arriving at my house, I think, in 2 days. I did end up ordering it, even though I still haven't quite sold out all the slots. But basically, it's $75 for a slot. You pick one team, and then you get a random team. So pretty good deal, all things considered. And yeah, cases of that stuff are going up. In fact, they went up from yesterday to today. So I decided I better just order, and hopefully I'll be able to sell it out. So yeah, I would love for us to, I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there are 4 more spots left in that break. So lots and lots of good teams still remaining. I would love to get that sold out, because right now I'm on the hook for quite a few spots, and I don't want to be. With that all out of the way, let's jump right in. And I think we're going to jump in, since there's so many old people jokes happening. Let's get those out of the way, right? Let's jump right in with our box of Select from 1994. When I was a kid, I have very fond memories of the 1993 Select set. If you don't know what set that is, it had green borders. Actually, I think there might be 2 series. at least first series had green borders. And I've shared this story on my blog, I think probably multiple times at this point, but I had a just very positive memories, fond memories, I guess, of that set as a kid. Amazingly, though, I have absolutely no memory of the 94 set. So maybe this was a bit more selective, pun not intended, but there you go. They certainly make it act like it's more selective. I wanted to show off this sticker. I could see it in the plastic wrap, but I was hoping after I took the plastic off, you'd be able to make this out a little bit better. It's so shiny, my camera's having trouble focusing. But it says right here, box number 2 in case number 4,906 out of 4,950 is what it looks like it says down there. So pretty limited run, all things considered, I suppose, for the time, which is kind of cool. Take the Cardinals if you can wait till Friday. I can wait till Friday, Brian. I've already ordered it. So if you would, go ahead and just leave a comment saying you claim the Cardinals, just so that nobody else does. And then, yeah, they're yours. I've already paid for the case, so I would much rather sell the slot and wait until Friday than not sell it at all. So not a problem. Just claim that over on the Discord, though. Okay, empty box. Get that out of the way. I'm always curious. Sometimes boxes have like stamps like that. I always wonder what they mean. But I assume it was some kind of quality assurance. Or maybe someone just had a stamp and they wanted to use it. Who can say? All right, so we've got 12 cards per pack, it says. And I didn't actually say how many packs. Does it even say on the box how many packs there are? No, it doesn't seem to say. So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 24 packs, it looks like. Kind of standard, I suppose. And yeah, we'll dig right in and we'll see what this set's all about. I honestly don't remember much about it. So we're going to start off with, as any good set would, right? Rookie prospects. So we've got Brian Anderson for the Angels. Oh, it's this set. I remember this design now, although I didn't really have it as a kid. Howard Johnson. Kind of like the split screen look almost. You've got like more of a headshot here and then an action shot over to the side, just to show you the back side of these, because I think Score has some of the best card backs in the business back in the 80s and early 90s. If you ever go back and look at some of those like late 80s Score backs, they're phenomenal. They have so much information. They had color photos. Upper Deck gets all the credit, I think, but honestly, I think Score deserves more credit than they get. So I do like I like a lot of the Score stuff, honestly. All right, we got Paul Sorrento for Cleveland. Kind of a shiny gloss here. Leo Gomez, Baltimore. Greg Vaughn for the Brew Crew. We have another prospect, Gerald Williams for the Yankees. We've got a checklist, which just will be packing material that doesn't seem to have any players mentioned on it. Who's this? Graham Lloyd. Tim Belcher for Detroit. He was a Red at one point. Dave Valley for the Mariners. No, Boston. Looks like Boston. Otis Nixon. That was Boston. And Pat Listash for the Brewers. There's a bunch of Brewers in that pack, seemed like. So yeah, this is a pretty solid little set. Pack wrapper says there are random inserts, select MVP, which were seeded 1 in 360 packs, Rookie of the Years, which were 1 in 360 packs, select skills, which were 1 in 24 packs, so basically a box hit, and Rookie Surge, which were 1 in 48 packs. So if you just listen to those odds, pulling anything out of this set insert-wise is a kind of a feat, because other than the 1 per box one, everything else is quite rare. So we've got Will Clark, which I prefer, honestly. Like, this is kind of, I guess this isn't really their base set, but I think inserts are way too common these days. So I like to have them rare, a little more special. So anyways, Will Clark. We've got Steve Finley, Houston. Wayne Kirby for Cleveland. David Segui, Mets. Armando Reynoso, Rockies. And we have a Select Skills, Travis Fryman. Now, what I just say, were those the one per box? Their approximate odds are 1 in 24 packs. So there's a box hit for Detroit. Travis Fryman. You can see the nice shine to it. It's got a little card sticking there, but still pretty nice. Number 10 in the set. I'll sleeve that in a moment. Eddie Zambrano. There's a nice Cal Ripken Jr. for Baltimore. Marquise Grissom. There's a cool limited, or what's that? Double exposure, triple exposure, I suppose. Roberto Alomar for the Blue Jays. That was an upper deck trick that Score is mimicking. We've got Willie McGee with a Mariano Duncan cameo there for the Reds. Well, McGee's for the Giants, but. And David Justice for for Atlanta, excuse me. All right, let me sleeve this real quick since that is a box hit. Going to the Tigers. We'll see what else we get out of this. So yeah, it's a nice little design. Ben Morris says the 93 set huge, but hated the border layout. Because they were going every which way, Ben? Like vertical and horizontal for the 93 select set. Mark Keifer. Don't remember him. Tony Longmire for Phillies. Don't remember him. Spuds. Chris Sabo going to the Orioles. David Wells for Detroit. Aaron Seeley, Boston. Another checklist. Another rookie prospect. Roberto Pettigene. Pettigene, Houston. I feel like I remember that name. Dean Palmer. Terry Mulholland for New York. Mariano Duncan for the Phillies. Carlos Baerga, Cleveland, and Craig Biggio for Houston. One thing I'm not keen on as I'm kind of looking at this is they don't actually have the team name anywhere on the card. So I'll probably have to go by the pictured logo on the front. I guess that would be the fairest, most consistent thing to do. Yeah, I agree that the landscape and then the vertical was a little off-putting, for sure. But that was like the first I remember as a kid thinking like the photography was top-notch. I like the design overall. I like the large team logos. I'm a big sucker for large team logos on cards. So I don't know. I always like the set. I have a soft spot in my heart for it. If I ever find a box of it, I'm going to buy it. But haven't found a box yet. We've got Luis Gonzalez signing autographs over there on the right. That's a pretty cool photo. I like that one. Darryl Kyle, Houston. Todd Benzinger, Giants. Another Giant, Rod Beck. Got a rookie prospect of Brian Anderson for the Angels. Joe Hall. Another rookie prospect, Jeff Juden for the Phillies. Cecil Fielder, Detroit. John Olerud, Toronto. Gary DeSarcina, Brett Butler, and Shane Mack. You know, it is a lot of base cards in this set. The inserts are very rare, so I'll try not to take too long. But if you join at my group breaks, base cards are a big part of it. Hits are fine, but I'm not the kind of guy that just wants triple swatches. Mark Newfield, the Mariners. Doug Drabeck. I'm always, even just dugout shots like that, I always enjoy. I mean, I wouldn't want a whole set of it, but having a few sprinkled in is nice. Mike Henneman, Detroit. Chad Kruger, another pretty cool shot there. Eddie Murray. Mark Smith, Baltimore. Keith Lockhart, Padres. Albert Bell, Cleveland, crashing into the wall. I mean, there's just a lot of great photos in this set. Doug Strange for Texas. Reggie Jefferson, Mariners. Juan Gonzalez for Texas. And Alan Trammell. Pretty nice Trammell. A cool shot, even something like that. He's signing autos. That's a very, yeah. There's I don't know. Overall, I think the photography is solid. It's not the flashiest set in the world, but I like it. Sid Fernandez, Tony Fernandez for Cincinnati, Glenn Allen Hill, Chicago Cubs, Roger Pavlik for Texas, and behind him is Roger Sulkhead for the Mariners. He supposed to be really good? I don't know whatever came of him. Sterling Hitchcock, he was okay for the Yanks. Paul Shuey, Cleveland. Jose Canseco for Texas. Kevin McReynolds for the Mets. Jim Eisenreich, Phillies. Eric Anthony, Seattle. And Charles Nagy for Cleveland. So we're going to end up with a nice stack of base cards here. For sure. Brian, I appreciate you grabbing the Cardinals. I think I saw that pop up while I was reading through some of these names on my screen. I have the Discord app on my computer, so I get notifications when things happen if I'm on my computer, which obviously I'm not always. Dan Michelli, Pittsburgh. I've been tempted to download it onto the Discord onto my work computer, but I have not done that yet. Probably shouldn't. Tim Laritz, Yankees. Darryl Hamilton, Milwaukee. Vince Coleman for the Royals. That's a kind of a cool sliding shot. And we got a stretching shot of BJ Surhoff, blowing bubbles and stretching out. Eddie Zambrano. I don't remember him too much. There's Sterling Hitchcock again. We'll get duplicates, obviously. David Justice. Jose Canseco again. Kevin McReynolds. Jim Eisenreich. And Eric Anthony. I feel like the second half of that pack was all dupes. I'm not sure how big this set was. Again, I let you guys do the research for me in real time, so not sure how big the Series 2 checklist is, but we're definitely gonna get dupes. Benito Santiago, nice celebration shot. That'd be a short print in Topps nowadays. Alex Fernandez, Sean Barry, Eddie Taubensee, Steve Traxel, Cubs. Checklist. Jeff Juden, Roberto Hernandez, Greg Hibbard. Coloring on the eye looks weird, but Yvonne Rodriguez. There you go. Pudge in the house. Ellis Burks and Brett Boone. So product from 94, I'm likely to pull a Pudge card, and we did. Mark Newfield, Doug Drabeck again. We've seen a lot of these. Chad Kruger, Rod Beck, Mike Henneman, Carl Everett. He was supposed to be a superstar. John Hudick, Lee Smith for Baltimore, Eric Hansen for the Reds, Fred McGriff, Braves, Greg Jeffries, Cardinals, and Bobby Bowe, still getting paid by the Mets. Often you open a pack of 94 cards and get someone still getting paid by his team. Although I think the Reds pay Ken Griffey Jr. for a long time, and I think there's a few other players now that have those extended deals. But Bobby O'Neill is kind of the first, and definitely a problem for the Mets for a while. Though now the Mets have so much money, maybe they just paid him off. I don't know. Mark Portugal, Ken Caminiti for Houston. Kind of a neat shot there. There's an even better shot. Dave Nilsson, Darren Lewis, San Francisco. We've got Dan Michelli again, Rob Butler, rookie Rickert Fanetti for San Fran. I do not remember that guy. Chili Davis, Reen Arocha. There's another one of those triple exposure cards for Barry Bonds. Pretty cool. Nice little Bonds. Pete Harnish and Graham Lloyd. I'm not as sour on Bonds as a lot of people are. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I'll just say it. I don't know when he'll get there. I think he will get there eventually. I think. But Hector Carrasco for the Reds. We've got Rafael Palmeiro, Eduardo Perez, Rob Dibble, Deion Sanders, Paul Shuey for Cleveland, Carl Everett, Charles Nagy, Tom Glavine for the Braves. Glavine batting in that shot. Won't see a lot of pitchers batting anymore. Greg Swindell, Mark Grace, and Damian Easley. Again, we're getting a bunch of dupes, so I'll try to speed up the process. It would be cool if we pulled one of those super rare inserts, though. I think. Omar Vizquel. Tony Tarasco for Atlanta. And behind him is Rex Hudler. Felix Furman. Dennis Martinez. And what do we have here? We have a second Select Skills. Randy Johnson for Seattle Mariners. There's a surprise going to Andy. I thought the pack wrapper said they were one per box. And we just got our second. So there you go. 1 minute, less than a minute after saying it'd be cool to get another, some kind of insert. Odds of finding Select Skills are approximately 1 in 24 packs. Yeah, so we got 2. J.R. Phillips, Giants. Luis Polonia, Yankees. Todd Zeile, Cardinals. Kenny Lofton, Indians. Ricky Henderson, A's. And Greg Gagne for the Royals. That's a hot box. It's a 1994 edition of a hot box. Double box hits. You can't get mad about double box hits, right? And it is a cool design. I will say that. They have a nice Boro boy. I like them. They're not, I don't know if they're quite fancy enough to really feel like a true box hit, but they're good. I approve. David Holsey, Rangers. I don't remember him. Alan Watson. There's a bunch of guys in this set. I don't remember. Luis Gonzalez signing autos again. Darryl Kyle. We've seen a bunch of these now. Todd Benzinger. Keith Lockhart. Rob Butler. John Jaha. Jack Morris. A couple new ones, new faces here. Kevin Brown. Juan Guzman for Toronto. And Tom Henke for the Rangers. Tons of 90s MLB Indians highlights. Well, those were good years for the Indians. I don't watch a lot of Indians highlights from the 2000s so much. But yeah, from the 90s, the Indians were they were quite the franchise for a long time. And you look at like 90s insert sets, they're loaded with Indians a lot of times. Howard Johnson, Paul Sorrento, for speaking of the Indians. Leo Gomez, Baltimore. Greg Vaughn, Brewers. Excuse me. Mark Newfield again, another rookie. Oh, that's that Jorge Fabregas, or maybe it's George Fabregas. I've seen that pronounced both Jorge and George. Don't really know for him. Another checklist. Jeremy Burnitz for the Mets. Jim Thome for the aforementioned Indians. Dave Hansen, Dodgers. Kent Hrbek, Twins. And Greg McMichael for Atlanta. Yeah, the 90s, you got the Braves, you've got the Indians. I think the Rockies had a lot of star players. Just thinking about like various insert sets from that era. Definitely some of the top teams, I would say, overall. Excuse me. Fernando Vina, Mets. Mark Portugal. Ken Caminiti. Dave Nelson. Darren Lewis. John Hudek. I feel like we've gotten him 2 or 3 times now. Tim Hires for San Diego. Lou Frazier, Montreal. Cal Ripken Jr. Marquise Grissom. There's Roberto Alomar again. And Willie McGee. So we're moving along here. Oh, should I say it again? It'd be cool to get a rare insert out of this box, even though we got 2 box hits. Is that getting too greedy? Henry Rodriguez. Andy Bennis. That was a kind of neat Sandy Alomar Jr. close up. I like that one. Lou Whitaker for Detroit. Chad Curtis. Carl Everett. And behind Mr. Everett is Joey Hamilton for San Diego. There's Tom Glavine batting again. Greg Swindell. Mark Grace. Damian Easley. And Matt Williams. Ricky Vaughn, Willie Mays Hayes, yes. I mean, for a while, yeah, I suppose. I'll count Major League as Indian highlight. Why not? It's certainly more enjoyable than, I was gonna say, than watching the Indians now. That might be mean. The Indians aren't terrible. They do okay. You gotta remember I'm Reds fan, so the other Ohio team always doing better than my team is annoying. But my team doesn't try anymore, so it's like, why do I care? Brian Anderson, Angels. Howard Johnson, Paul Sorrento for Cleveland. Speaking of them again, Leo Gomez, Baltimore. Greg Vaughn, Rickert Fagnetti. Still don't know how to say his name. Checklist. Mike Moore, Gary Sheffield for the Marlins, Jeff Russell, Boston, Pete Incaviglia, Phillies, and Kenny Rogers, Rangers. I feel like the first half of that pack was all duplicates, and the second half was new. The Indians are going to be awesome this year. This is the year that they're moving to the more balanced schedule, so I think that'll help some teams, certainly like the AL East teams. I feel like the AL East is usually fairly stacked. I think it'll hurt teams like the Reds and Pirates because they usually just get to beat up on each other, and somebody has to win those games. You can't tie in baseball. So the Reds and Pirates are both losing chances against many chances against the few teams they could actually potentially beat because they both suck. Neither the Reds nor the Pirates seem to want to try anymore. Doug Drabeck, Chad Kruger, Mike Henneman, Eddie Murray, rookie prospect Fernando Vina, Roberto Pettigene, Keith Lockhart. We've seen all those guys. Jeff Bagwell, Robbie Thompson. I don't think we saw that one yet. A pretty cool celebration. Delino DeShields, Jason Berry for the White Sox, and Jose Vizcaino for the Mets. You can see over here we have a nice tall stack. Jimenez, yes. I need to start. I'm in a fantasy baseball league. I've been in it for, I don't know, probably over a decade now with a bunch of people, and I need to start scouting a little bit, I guess. John Doherty, Rich Becker. I'd like to win the league. I have come close. I think I set the league record for most wins in the regular season, but have not been able to quite get that championship. Harold Reynolds. There's a Bo Jackson. I don't think we saw that yet for Angels. Jody Reed, Brewers. Rich Rowland. Joe Hall for the White Sox. And on the back of him is Kenny Lofton. There's Ricky Henderson again. Greg Gagne. Royce Clayton. And Travis Fryman. I don't know if we saw Fryman yet. Kind of cool. Nice little shot there, which I like. I think after this, we'll move to, I don't know, Heritage maybe? Should we do the new one? We'll do the oldest thing and then the newest thing. And then we'll catch up on the 2021 stuff. Cal Eldred, Spike Owen, Manuel Lee leaping over John Jaha. That's kind of cool. Mark Keifer, Tony Longmire, Paul Shuey. A lot of rookies in this one. Eddie Zambrano, Greg Jeffries, Bobby Bowe, Brian Harper, Terry Steinbach for the A's. That's a kind of a neat shot. And Eric Davis for Detroit. I don't remember Davis as a Tiger. I don't remember that at all. I always liked Eric Davis. Eric the Red, he was known as for a while. It kind of worked out because he played for both the Reds and the Cardinals. I don't remember him as a Tiger. Alan Watson, Luis Gonzalez, or at least our third one of those. Darryl Kyle, Todd Benzinger, Rod Beck. Try to speed it up even more. Carlos Pulido, Rich Rowland, Jose Vizcaino, Chili Davis, Rene Arocha for St. Louis. I don't know if I've said his name yet. There's Barry Bonds again, and Pete Harnish. Yeah, I don't remember Eric Davis at all as a Tiger. So that's cool, I suppose. I do have a small Eric Davis collection, though I will admit I do not actively collect his stuff at all. But I always liked him. I think he got a raw deal in Cincinnati, which, you know, a lot of players do. Darren Jackson, Tim Salmon. There's our Salmon sighting. I don't think we called Salmon yet. Ken Hill. Hey, Pedro Martinez. I don't think we called him yet either. We got some new ones in this pack. Greg Colbrun for the Marlins. John Hudek we've called. Tim Myers for San Diego. We've seen a few times. Doug Strange for Texas. Reggie Jefferson for Seattle. Juan Gonzalez for Texas. Alan Trammell, Detroit. And Lou Frazier for Montreal. Brian says, if I go to 12 games a season, I see the Orioles 4 times, the Blue Jays 4 times, and the Red Sox and Yankees twice each. I prefer to see the Yankees once and the Red Sox to move to Japan. Oh, boy. I think that the more variety is a good call. I do. From a fan standpoint, for sure. I think if the divisions were really truly based geographically and like there was, you know, a realignment and who was in which league and stuff, it would maybe make sense to keep it that way, just to reduce like travel and time and stuff. But that's not how they have it. So as is, I agree. I think that it will be nice to have more variety. I live in Pennsylvania, so the Pirates and the Phillies are typically blacked out for me. So having the Pirates, having the Reds play the Pirates less often should mean I'll be able to watch more of the Reds games. Of course, the Reds need to do better than they started last year, like 3-23. I gave up on them pretty quickly. Pedro and Munoz, Dwayne Ward for Toronto, Kyle Eldred for Milwaukee, Spike Owen, Manuel Lee again, Jeff Juden, Jorge Fabregas, Tony Phillips for Detroit, Julio Franco. I don't know if I've called his name yet. The Ageless Wonder for our Chicago White Sox, Kurt Gibson, Detroit, Bill Swift, San Fran, and Dennis Eckersley for Oakland. I think there were some new ones in that pack. Yeah, MLTV is great, but they black out your local games. At least they did. I don't know what's going on with like Bally Sports. Is that Sinclair TV or something? I think they're going bankrupt, so I don't know what's going to happen. I think I read like 14 of the 30 MLB teams have their local TV deals through like that parent company or something. So I don't know what's going on with there. Chris Sabo again, David Wells. This is the last pack, by the way. Aaron Seeley, David Hulsey. Last pack of this box, I mean. Alan Watson, Tim Hires, Rich Rowland, Brent Gates, Dave Henderson. I don't think we've seen Mr. Dave Henderson for the Royals. Great smile there. Bip Roberts for Padres. We haven't seen. Chuck Finley. That's kind of a famous card, I think. Famous image of him playing the guitar bat. Excuse me. And Jose Offerman for LA rounds us off. So, as expected, big pile base cards. That's what this box is supposed to give us. It certainly delivered on that. And we ended up with 2 box hits. We got Travis Fryman for Detroit and Randy Johnson for the Mariners. So, just going on pack odds and things like that, I'd say it was a successful box. A little too much in the way of duplicate players for me. But that is the price you pay for opening, especially I'd say early 90s stuff, in particular, collation. Quite often is horrendous for sets of that era. Not to say that it's not always bad even today, but certainly back then. Oh. All right, so what do we say? We said Heritage next. Ben Morris loves MLB TV. I agree. Biggest gripe, though, when they broadcast a game on another site, you don't get it. Apple TV, YouTube, Peacock all stole games that were blacked out. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Ben. Especially like the Apple TV, the YouTube. How many streaming channels do they, or how many streaming like things do they really think everyone is subscribing to? Like, if you have Apple TV, why do you have YouTube or whatever? I have YouTube TV, so for me, the YouTube was all right, but the rest of it, I agree. I don't have Apple TV, so I couldn't watch that if I wanted to. I think the blackout stuff is stupid to begin with. I think that MLB is missing the mark entirely. I don't think that there's anyone that wants to actually would be willing to go to the game and pay to go to the game is going to say, you know what? No, I'm not going to go because I can watch it on TV. I don't think that those two things are equivalent. I think you go to the game for the atmosphere, you go to the game for the food, you go to the game, to be there in person, whatever. If you just want to watch the game and not spend, boatloads of money, you watch it on TV. And I just don't think that those two things, maybe I'm wrong. Baseball obviously thinks I'm wrong, but I don't see how, me being able to see Pirates games where I live, I'm 4 hours away from Pittsburgh. That's not going to stop me, or I'm not going to not go to Pittsburgh because I can watch their games here. Arguably, if anything, if I could watch the Pirates more often, maybe I would know more of their players and I would want to go see them. They're Pittsburgh. I probably won't, but, that's, I don't know. That's just how I feel about things. All right, so let's jump into our next box. We start right off with our box topper. I don't know if they always look this off center, as they're supposed to or not, but that's pretty jarring when you first look at it, if nothing else. But Carl Yastrzemski for Boston, not bad. A little bit of a ding corner there, just right out of the box. If I notice damage, I try to show it off on video so that people don't think I damaged your cards or anything like that. So, but going to Boston, that's going to Shane. I don't know if Shane's in the room or not. Shane is sometimes. So there you go, Shane. Nice Yastrzemski, even with this slightly ding corner. All right, so we've got a whole bunch of packs in here. We should get Heritage promises one hit in each box, whether that be a relic or an autograph. And so let's get this box out of the way. There's your empty box. Put Mr. Yastrzemski back in this box. Keep him as safe as I can. And here we go. So this is a hobby box. I think I said that, but in case I didn't. And that's what your pack cracker. Well, actually, there's a couple of different designs, I suppose. And looking at this, a whole bunch of different designs. So I always like Heritage. MLB is the worst sport to go to actually watch. Yeah, it's so expensive, and I don't know how people can actually go like repeatedly. Like I'm lucky where I live. I'm too far away. I'm like basically 4 hours from like Pittsburgh. I'm 4 hours from Toronto. I'm 4 hours from Philly. There's nothing that's, to do any of those. It's basically an overnight, or unless it's like a noon thing, and then that's just such a long day. I've done it, but it's a long day. I don't know how people can afford to go to games often. I mean, unless you live right in the city and can take like public transportation. I mean, parking is often as much as a ticket or more. I went to Washington a couple of years ago and parking was $40. So, all right, Ben Morris confirms that the box toppers are all off-centered looking. So at least that's good. The ding is not quite so good. All right, so while we are on that, let's go through some Heritage, shall we? So we've got Brian Goodwin for the White Sox, Brendan Nimmo, Mets, Taijuan Walker, also for the Mets, Lori Garcia, White Sox, Emmanuel Rivera, Royals, Connor Joe, Rockies. We have a Tom Seaver flashback for the Mets, Kyle Muller, Braves, and Salvador Perez for the Royals. I probably won't try to look through the backs for all the short prints. However, if you happen to spot one, some of you are very eagle-eyed, let me know. That'll save me from searching later. I will try to go through those card backs, but I'll make sure to show the card front for all of these because Heritage does have lots of variations. Yan Gomes, Cubs. Aaron Nola, Phillies. J.P. Crawford, Mariners. Frank Schwindel, Cubs. Alex Verdugo, Red Sox. Brett Gardner, Yankees. Nathan Eovaldi, Red Sox. We've got victory leaders, Urias and Cole. And again, for the just common base cards, those will just get randomized between whatever teams at the end of the break. If we pull an insert with multiple teams on it, we will randomize that at the end of the video. I'll do that on video. But for base cards, I don't bother. There's usually just too many of them. Jarren Duran, Red Sox, finishes off that pack. Too few good seats at the stadium. I actually care about a game watching on TV. Yeah, I only get to go to one, if I'm lucky, maybe 2 games a year. And that's being very lucky, I'd say, for me. So for me, it's still fun, but it's just so expensive. It's honestly, it's hard to justify a lot of times. Julio Urias, Dodgers. Alex Kirilloff, Twins. Josh Hader, Brewers. Starling Marte, horizontal shot. Andrew Benintendi, Royals. Ahmed Rosario, Guardians. The Dodgers get Joe Kelly. Max Kepler for the Twins, and Yadi Molina for St. Louis. There are plenty of inserts in Heritage, Modern Heritage. There are, of course, short prints and all kinds of image variations and whatnot. Some of which are very rare and actually still command decent dollars. So who knows? We could get something pretty cool. Tyler Naquin, Reds. Blake Snell, Padres. Ryan Velotti, Rockies. Roughneck Odor, Baltimore. Joey Wendell, Marlins. Evan Longoria, Giants. There's a new age performer of Shohei Ohtani. Speaking of lots of inserts. Nice Ohtani. We've got another dual team. We got the Phillies with Zach Wheeler and the Blue Jays with Robbie Ray. And Jake Burger, rookie for the White Sox. All right, next up, Luke Voit, Yankees. Nick Fortes, Marlins. We've got rookie pitchers for the Marlins, and Marlins. So don't have to randomize that. That's going to Florida, or Miami, I should say. Excuse me. Zach McKinstry, LA. Dodgers, Rich Hill, Red Sox, Mark Melancon, Diamondbacks, Ryan Zimmerman, Nationals, Carlos Santana, Royals, and Brandon Crawford for the Giants. Too few good seats in the stadium. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Too few good seats that are affordable. At least that. Alex Wood, Giants, Kyle Farmer, Reds, Paul DeJong, Cardinals, Boyhood Photos of the Stars, Mike Trout. That's a subset. Oops, you can't see that because I have too close. There you go. Subset 341. Card number there. Jason Hayward, Cubs. Luis Torrens, Mariners. Orlando Arcia, Braves. Ian Anderson, also for the Braves. And Freddie Galvis for Philly. What do we think of the Heritage set from last year? Not a bad design. Obviously, based on their older, they go through each year one at a time. But Brandon Lowe for the Rays, or Lau, I always second guess myself. Casey Mize, Tigers. Nicky Lopez for the Royals. Eugenio Suarez for the Reds. Justin Verlander, Astros. Emmanuel Clase, Guardians. There's a Willie McCovey flashback from 1973. Patrick Corbin, Nationals. Joey Gallo for the Yanks. Yeah, this is a decent design. I'm not huge on the black border. Like, even just out of the pack, you can kind of see little white marks. And so if you're someone that's a stickler for condition, this set is probably a nightmare. But just in general looks, I think we might have our hit in this pack based on what I'm seeing there. But on general looks, I'd say it's just good. Rosario 3-run homer for the Braves. Chris Flexen, Mariners. Miguel Rojas, Marlins. Yanni Hernandez for the Rangers. We have, let's get the 2 base cards from the back. Framber Valdez, Astros. Nick Ahmed, Diamondbacks. Hunter Renfroe, Brewers. And our hit is Yadi Molina, relic for the Cardinals. Nice Yadi going to Carrie. I don't know if Carrie's in the room tonight, but I got to imagine Carrie will be happy about that. If I were a Cardinal fan, I'd be happy about that. Ooh, hit my box. Did not mean to do that. Let me grab a sleeve is what I was trying to do. And there's a nice Yachty. Okay. White swatch is a little boring, but I always like, almost always like the Heritage relic design. You know, they're just classy looking relics in general. So I'll give them credit for that. Hoping we pull an autograph, but I can't complain too much about Yachty. We could have done a lot worse. All right. Oh, we got something shiny in this pack, it looks like. O'Neill Cruz, Pittsburgh. Max Fried, Atlanta. Corbin Burns, Brewers. Josh Donaldson, Twins. Bobby Dahlbeck, Red Sox. Let's save that one to the end. Randall Grichuk, Toronto. Ty France, Mariners. We already said Mr. Dahlbeck. Luis Patino for the Rays. And our chrome looks to be upside down. Oh, very nice. Steven Strasburg, numbered out of 373. This is a refractor, I believe. You can kind of see the rainbow effect there. Yeah. So numbered 373 out of 373. The last one right there. You can make that out in the light. Steven Strasburg, chrome refractor. That's a nice pull. Going to Washington. That's going to Jason. Jason Williams has Washington. I think the refractors are actually fairly rare in this. Yeah, chrome refractors, 1 in 176 packs. So okay, I think we have an upside down card. That's weird. We've got Lou Bob for the White Sox, Tristan McKenzie, Guardians, Will Smith, Braves, Jesus Sanchez, Marlins, Sammy Long, Giants, and we have a Tommy La Stella. Oh, it's because it's a black bordered card. Not chrome, but just black bordered. What are those seeded? 1 in 96 packs. So another fairly rare pull. Tommy La Stella for San Francisco. And the Giants are going to Nick. That's going to Nick. Don't know if Nick's in the room either. But yeah, if the black back wasn't bad enough, imagine trying to build this set. Actually, I'm going to be honest, I don't really see any chipping on the front of this. Maybe just right there. Just a hair, but pretty solid. I will sleeve that right away. Speaking of being tricky and condition sensitive, New Age performer Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's the face of the new MLB game, I think. John Means Orioles and Brett Phillips. Isn't he the one that they just said was the face of the new MLB The Show? Which I haven't bought for myself in a number of years, but there, that one's saved. Brian says he has 10 of the chrome and 0 of the black. Well, based on the pack wrapper here, the black are 1 in 96. Chromes are 1 in 118. It's the chrome refractors are 1 in 176. So the chrome and the black bordered are pretty close to the same odds. But the fact that we got one of each already, pretty good box. Alex Dickerson, Giants. David Fletcher, Angels. Jake Cronenworth, Padres. Sean Manaea, A's. Aroldis Chapman, Yankees. German Marquez, Rockies. Jazz Chisholm Jr., Marlins. Seth Brown, A's. And Jose Abreu for the White Sox. I can't really complain about this particular box of Heritage. Anthony Alford, Pirates. Colton Wong, Brewers. Tyler O'Neill, Cardinals. Shane Baz for the Rays. We have a Soler home run. Matt Manning for Detroit, rookie. Matt Harvey for the Orioles. Cal Quantrill, Guardians. And Ramel Tapia for the Colorado Rockies. And we're only about halfway through this box, and we've already done very well, I would say. Got a rookie cup, Dylan Carlson for the Cardinals. Jake Fraley as a Mariner. Lucas Giolito, White Sox. Jake McGee, Giants. Jesus Aguilar, Marlins. Jonathan Villar, Mets. We have a flashback. Watergate hearings begin. These will be randomized amongst all group break participants at the end. since it doesn't actually feature any team. So this will go to one of you. It will not go to me. I will make sure it will not end up in my pile. Luis Arias Twins and Marcus Semien Rangers, since I have the Reds in this one. But yeah, that'll get assigned to somebody in the end. Tyler Gilbert, Diamondbacks. Luis Castillo, speaking of my Reds. Bryce Harper, Phillies. JT Realmuto, also for Philly. Manuel Margot, Rays. Christian Walker, Diamondbacks. And on the back side of him is a then and now Reggie Jackson and Vlad Guerrero Jr. So that one's an insert. So we will randomize that at the end of this little bit. Josh Bell, Nationals. Kyle Lewis, Mariners. I'll set that aside up here to remind me. So that'll either go to the A's or the Blue Jays. Okay, moving right along. Eduardo Escobar, Mets. Kyle Tucker, Astros. Matt Duffy, Cubs. Willie Castro, Tigers. Hernandez decides it for the Red Sox Rays postseason game. Mike Trout, there we go. Mike Trout signing on a short print. He's got card number 100, one of the hero numbers. TJ Friedl, rookie for the Reds. Yu Chang for the Guardians, and Harrison Bader for St. Louis. This card's trying to escape from me. Lucas Gill, Yankees. Carson Kelly, Diamondbacks. Randy Arozarena, Rookie Cup for the Rays. There we go. Nice Rays, Randy. Abraham Toro, Mariners. Edwin Diaz, Mets. Josh Harrison, Athletics. Andy Ibanez for the Rangers. Eric Haase for the Tigers. And Mike Yastrzemski for San Fran. What are the chances that we pull anything else super cool out of the last few packs of this? Who knows? Yoshi Susugo for the Pirates. Connor Wong, Red Sox. Tyler Glasnow, Rays. Anthony Rendon, Angels. Tommy Pham, Padres. Liam Hendricks, White Sox. New Age Reformer of Andrew Vaughn for the White Sox. Harold Ramirez, Cubs. And Yusei Kikuchi for the Mariners. A big welcome to those of you that joined a little bit late. We're only on box 2 of 4 tonight. And for those of you joining, I also mentioned at the beginning that I still have some slots left in the 2023 Top Series 1 Jumbo Case Break over on the Discord. So check that out if you haven't yet. Steven Strasburg, Nationals. David Peralta, Diamondbacks. Matt Vierling, Phillies. Aaron Savali, Guardians. Akil Baddoo, Tigers. Xander Bogaerts, Red Sox. Josh Lowe, Rays. Will Myers, Padres. And Jose Barrios for Toronto. Brian says, if anyone read his post on Discord, let it go. And I am not the proud owner of 2 shiny new auto of Randy. Were those the bidding war you were in? I think I saw that at work today briefly. Am I remembering the right thread? Brandon Belt, Giants. Rafael Devers, Red Sox. Duvall for the Braves. Ketel Marte, Diamondbacks. Robbie Grossman, Tigers. Brian Reynolds, Pittsburgh. Williams Astudillo, I'm sure I butchered that, for the Twins. The A's get a pretty cool Mitch Moreland shot. And G-Man Choi for the Rays. Yeah, I've had not a ton of luck over on eBay lately for Barry Larkin cards. There seem to be a number of very active Barry Larkin collectors all of a sudden, and his cards have just gone through the roof. So Gio Urshela, Yankees. Robbie Ray, Mariners. Nick Madrigal, Cubbies. We've got Diamondback, Cub, and Marlin in Ramos, Dykeman, and Miller, respectively. James McCann, Mets. Ronald Acuna Jr., Braves. Bellinger for the Dodgers. Cole Irvin, A's. And Joe Ryan for the Twins. 4 packs made. Gave it up at 51.50 and went for 52.50. That's always the way. But you know what? If you had bid 53.50, it had gone for 54.50. So, yeah. Hey, Adam. Dalton Varsho, Diamondbacks. Kevin Biggio, Blue Jays. Kyle Hendricks, Cubs. Shane Bieber, Guardians. Andrelton Simmons, Twins. Zach Gallen, Diamondbacks. We have an all-time shutout leader, Walter Johnson. And if memory serves, Walter Johnson goes to the Twins, I am pretty sure, right? I have to double check that. I always forget with him. But like he was for the Senators, but it was like the Senators that became the Twins, I do believe. I'll double check. Matt Olson, Athletics, and Max Muncy, Dodgers. That's sort of how I track those older ones. Adam just popping in for a few. I'm glad you can make it even for a little bit. Who we got here? We got Louis Frias, Diamondbacks. Alex Reyes, Cardinals. Hans Cross, Phillies. Mookie Betts, Dodgers. Tyler Anderson, Mariners. There's a nice Joey Votto for my Reds. We got New Age Performer of Brandon Marsh, rookie card for the Angels. Michael Pineda, Twins, and Chas McCormick, Astros. It feels weird trying to insert to have the rookie card logo, but I guess Topps started doing that a year or two ago. 2 more packs for this box. We've got rookie pitchers for the Orioles. So 3 Orioles there going to Baltimore. Rich Goslin, Angels. There's a Miggy. Miguel Cabrera for the Tigers. Manuel Rodriguez, Cubs. Kevin Pillar, Mets. Logan Webb, Giants. Austin Slater, Giants. Colin Rand, Pittsburgh. And there's a nice Fernando Tatis Jr. for San Diego. Does not appear to be... Did they put on the side here the variations? I know they did that for a year or two, and that was very helpful for those of us that can't read the tiny code on the back. All right, last pack of Heritage for today. Juan Soto, Nationals. Jake Odorizzi, Astros. Anthony Santander, Orioles. Austin Riley, Braves. Luis Severino, Yankees. Paul Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. Alex Cobb, Giants. We got active MLB home run leaders, Pujols, Miggy, and Cruz. That'll be randomized. Yep, that's just part of the base set, so that'll be randomized later. And Jake Cousin for the Brewers. Speaking of randomization, though, we did have one 2-team insert, so I do need to randomize that. We're going to do that real quick. Let's make it easy. If we roll a odd number, then it will go to Reggie Jackson and the Oakland slot. If we roll an even number, it'll go to Vlad Guerrero and the Blue Jay slot. So I've got my die right here. We're going to go low tech here. If I roll it here, you'll be able to see it. So again, come here carefully. Odd, A's, even, Blue Jays. It is odd. That is going to Oakland. And I will make a note of that so that I remember. So congrats to Oakland. You got yourself a Reggie Jackson. All right, quick recap of the major hits out of this box. We had the Tony La Stella for the Giants, black border. That was 1 in 96 packs, I think we said. Yes. And then we had a Chrome Refractor, which is 1 in 176 packs of Steven Strasburg. And then our promised hit of this box was a Yadi Molina for St. Louis. So honestly, that's a pretty solid box for Heritage. You can't get a lot better than that. All right, let's move these out of the way. We're going to do the Blaster next, the Topps Gallery, and then we'll do the Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary, which honestly I know nothing about that set at all, other than the fact that it was requested for a group break. So I sought it out and I got it. But I don't know the first thing about that set. It's kind of what I do. Why should I know everything? Works out because I don't know everything. All right. So this is a retail blaster, obviously. Topps Gallery should have 4 printer-proof parallels in each blaster box. Such wasteful packaging for these things anymore. Like that's what you get. Like, look at all that just dead space. And even the packs themselves, I mean, it looks like it's a ton of packs, but it's only 4 cards per pack. So even that's, there's your empty box for those that like to see that. All right, so let's get to it. So I do like the Gallery brand typically. They kind of have a, the art motif going on. I think it's a classy base card. So yeah, I like it. Gleyber Torres starts us off for the Yanks. We've got Braylon Marquez, rookie for the Cubs. It's a giant rookie card logo down there in the corner. There's our first printer proof. Starling Marte for the A's, and Will Clark. So you got some retired players in here as well. Pack's really tough to open. Andrew McCutchen for the Phillies. We've got a next wave of Joe Adell. I should have known he was the all-over inserts in 2021 for the Angels. Rookie insert, as it were. Corbin Burns for Milwaukee, and Don Mattingly. A nice Mattingly for the Yankees. I'm trying to complete it myself. What set are we talking about you're trying to complete? I missed that. Now, speaking of Joe Adell, there he is again for his base card. Got another printer proof, Carlos Rodon for Chicago White Sox. We have a very shiny Jesse Winker. Some kind of like rainbow foil board parallel, maybe. It's not numbered. Going to the Reds. Interesting. And Salvi Perez for the Royals. Are we talking about the Heritage set that you were buying too many hobby boxes of? I missed out. Pete Alonso for the Mets. Oh, we've got a very sparkly Jose Altuve. This one is numbered. That's numbered out of 99. Jose Altuve out of 99. You can't complain about that. Going to Houston. That's going to Mark Brubaker. There you go, Mark. That's pretty nice. Numbered out of 99, no less. Oh, platinum anniversary. Okay. And our printer proof, our next one is Babe Ruth. Can't complain about that either. And we finish off with the Vlad Guerrero. Vlad Guerrero Sr. Papa Vlad. Oh, sorry. Just punched my camera. Didn't mean to do that. These pack wrappers, I'm shredding them. Okay. Stan Musial, St. Louis. Jacob deGrom, Mets. We've got another one of those rainbow foil boards. Geez, easy for me to say. Kirby Puckett. They're not numbered, but they're kind of cool. And our last card was Alex Bregman for Houston. So I like the gallery set. I don't think it's efficient to buy blasters of it. Too few cards, but for just a flavor of something different in a group break, I think it's perfect to have these blasters. Ricky Henderson for Oakland. Brooks Robinson printer proof for the Orioles. Jackie Robinson. That's a nice Jackie for the Dodgers. And Jose Abreu for the White Sox. And one more pack here. Well, hopefully we can help you out with the Platinum Anniversary set. Maybe you'll get some that you need. Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. We've got a Master of the Craft for Washington, Mr. Steven Strasburg. Deion Sanders for Atlanta. And our final card is Ketel Marte for the Diamondbacks. So we ended up with quite a few inserts and parallels. I think the highlight has to be the Jose Altuve, numbered out at 99. I'll save that right away. But there's your quick recap of 2021 Topps Gallery. I did collect one of the gallery sets. Like I think it was the first year that Topps kind of brought it back. It was, if I remember right, it was either a retail only set or it was a Walmart only set. Can't remember if it was all retail or just Walmart, but it was a fairly rare, not rare, but it wasn't the easiest thing to find because you couldn't get hobby boxes of it. I did build the base set, but the short prints were like crazy short printed, and I didn't bother with those. And I haven't collected it since, so I don't really know where I was going with that story, but there you go. Make of that information what you want. Okay, so Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary Edition. Should get one autograph per box. And again, we're looking at 4-card packs. Try to stack all those up. I'll get the box out here. There's the empty box. And here is the giant stack of packs. So this will be the final box for tonight. And then we'll have 2 more nights of this. We've got 8 more boxes after this yet. Okay, so I know very little about this set. Correction, I know almost nothing about this set. So I'm excited just to dig into it. And yeah, so we've got Mike Clevinger for the Padres, Roberto Clemente, Pittsburgh. So apparently we've got retired players in this set as well. Bobby Dahlbeck, Boston, and Raul Ramirez for the Cardinals. Can't really go wrong with the design here. I actually think the chrome looks pretty good with this design. Jim Abbott for the Yankees. Ernie Banks, Cubs. That's a nice Ernie. Kyle Tucker, Astros. And Luis Severino for the Yankees. I'm assuming that there are parallels out the wazoo. Yes, there are many, many parallels. So we'll try to decipher those when and if we find any, rather than staring at that list right now. Domingo Santana, Cleveland. Mike Schmidt, Phillies. Paul Molitor, a very young-looking Molitor there for Milwaukee. And Early Win. I don't see Early Win in card sets anymore. Ready for some horrendous off-center cards. I haven't noticed that yet. I have not noticed that. Rose gold are dope out of 50. Okay. Will Smith, Dodgers. Yandy Diaz for the Rays. Bo Burrows for the Tigers. And then we have a Joey Votto refractor. At least it does say refractor in the corner. That's nice for some of us. Not numbered, though. But I'll take that, Mr. Votto. Good start. What are refractors? 1 in 4 packs. So we should get some more. I might have already missed one. I try to have the light on so that it hits. So that it hits the refractors for me. Danny Santana, Red Sox. Clark Schmidt, Yankees. Another Yankee, Mr. Aaron Judge. I guess it's like slightly off center there. And John Gray for the Rockies. Not too bad. We have, it looks like our autograph, but I could be wrong. I think I saw a congratulations thing on the back there. David Peralta, Diamondbacks. Ron Guidry, Yankees. Lucas Giolito, White Sox. And we do have our autograph. It's Jose Garcia for the Reds. Unexpected. Again, I can't help but feel bad when I get a Reds hit, unless it's Barry Larkin. Then all bets are off. But anything else, I actually legit kind of wish it was going to somebody else. Not that I'm mad about getting a hit exactly, but, you know, as the group break host, I like to spread the love around. Darryl Strawberry. I never pull Reds hits out of boxes for myself. I don't know, it's amusing. Darryl Strawberry for the Mets, Roy Oswalt, Phillies, Jim Palmer, Orioles, and Christian Javier for the Astros. It was a shiny, but it's not a refractor. Hopefully we'll pull at least one like fairly rare card. That would be fun. We've done pretty well tonight, though, I think, pulling fairly rare stuff. Looks like maybe another refractor at the back there. Edward Olivares for the Royals. Jordan Holloway, Miami. There's Jose Altuve for the Astros. And, ooh, very nice, a refractor of Ralph Kiner for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh getting in on the love there. That's a good-looking card. I do like that one. A refractor set, though, would be pretty sweet. Ooh, look at that right off the top. Brooks Robinson for the Orioles. I guess it was on the back, technically. That is numbered out of 10 for the Orioles. I don't even know what kind of parallel that is. Black, maybe? Would that be black? That is out of 10. So right when I said pull a rare card, there we go. Baltimore. That's going to John Donovan. He grabbed Baltimore. Say that purchase paid off, my friend. I'm going to sleeve that one right away. That is out of 10. 8 out of 10 is the card numbering there. Just to keep that nice and shiny. There's the 8 out of 10 on the back. Black gold refractor is the official word that I'm hearing. One in 2,250 packs. That sound right there? Black gold 70th. I don't even see that listed on here. I see black listed. Oh, there it is. Black gold 70th anniversary. 1 in 815 packs. Okay. 1 in 815 packs. That's still mighty rare. I do see the 70th logo now. I didn't notice that before. I just thought it was like a design. I mean, I guess it is a design, but very nice. Very nice. We'll finish off the pack. Taylor Widener for the Diamondbacks, Miguel Cabrera, Detroit, and Mark Mulder for the A's. So I can see why people wanted this set included in the break. Pretty darn nice. Don Mattingly for the Yankees. Another refractor in the back. It looks like Kybert Rees Dodgers. Reggie Sanders. There's a name I haven't heard or read in a while. Reggie Sanders. And another Pirate refractor, Will Craig for Pittsburgh. Just a regular old refractor. Yeah, that black gold is black gold 70. Pretty rare pull. Pretty nice pull. Andrew Benintendi, Royals. Aramis Ramirez, Cubs. Enoli Paredes, Houston. And Nolan Arenado for St. Louis. I could see trying to build this base set. This is nice. I like the chrome treatment on this. Todd Helton, Rockies. Scott Pasednik, White Sox. Brad Keller, Royals. Martin Perez, Red Sox. For those of you that requested this, I will give you full compliments. Bill Mazeroski for Pittsburgh. We got another shiny coming up. Stan Musial, St. Louis. Fred Lynn, Boston. And our super shiny here is Elvis Andrus. What is this? This is like the X-Fractor, I used to call them. They still do. They're 1 in 24, so it's essentially a box hit for the A's. 700 card base set. Well, I approve of this set. I am really digging it, honestly. It somehow completely passed me by in noticing it. But now that I've there's a beautiful Griffey. I mean, it's just cards like that. I'm such a sucker for cards like that. So, yeah, it's a nice one. It's a really nice Griffey. Eduardo Rodriguez, Red Sox. We have Braxton Garrett from Miami. And another Miami, Sandy Alcantara. It's a pretty nice refractor for Miami. And these are so shiny. You can see the camera refracting right off the card. Came out late for 2021 set. Yeah. Ooh, we've got... All right, let's see if I can get this one right. I'm going to guess before I look here. I'm just going to guess red. The red is a thing. Gaylord Perry for the Giants, numbered out of 100, 90 out of 100. Gaylord Perry. I'm guessing red. I could be completely wrong. Someone will tell me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm waiting for confirmation that I'm right about that. All right, I'll sleeve that in a second. We'll finish the pack, though. Don Sutton for the Dodgers, Brandon Lowe for the Rays, and Will Craig, just his regular card, for Pittsburgh. Imagine trying to build one of these parallel sets for a 700 card base set. Are they full parallels? Ben Morris tells me it's Red Atomic. You know, you tell me these names, and then they're not even listed on the pack wrapper. Are they? There's so many parallels. I don't see Red Atomic listed. I see red. 181 packs, but that seems pretty rare for something out of 100. So, I don't know. Go with red. Atomic is cracked ice. I don't know. I'm just reading the pack wrapper. I don't see black, red, mini dime. No. I don't know. I'll try to figure it out. I'll probably write up. I might do a box review of this set. This is a fun one. I really like this set so far. Howie Kendrick, Washington. Eric Hosmer, Padres. Ketel Marte, Diamondbacks, and Robinson Cano for the Mets. All full parallels. I can't imagine trying to build a parallel set. Even just the refractors would be impossible, but like doing any of these other rarer ones, whew. Max Fried, Braves. I'm guessing nobody does that anymore. Justin Dunn for the Mariners. D. Strange Gordon for the Reds. He did not last long for the Reds. And another refractor, Tommy Pham for the Padres. But yeah, it's a solid design. I think the chrome treatment actually works surprisingly well. I like the mix of current and rookies and retired greats, and there's some neat photos we've seen so far. So I'm full compliments here. Victor Gonzalez for the Dodgers, Ricky Henderson for the A's, Rocco Baldelli for the Rays, and another Ray, Shane McClanahan. I also like that, like for the retired Baldelli, you have the old Tampa Bay logo. For the new current players, you get the current logo. Even just little touches like that I appreciate. So again, kudos to Topps. I give them grief where they suck, but this is good. The 2022 set has 500 cards. Is that out? I completely missed it. I'm gonna have to try to see if we can't find a box of that for something. I really like this. What's the design? Is it based on a different year? I'm assuming. Need the Shane. There you go. James Karinchak, Indians. Tony Perez, Reds. Shane Bieber, Indians, and Eric Gagne for the Dodgers. Let's get those out. Whoa. It's a red. Jesse Winker, X-Red. Joey Wendell, Aaron Savali, and we have a shiny blue, Lance Lynn, not numbered. So this must be one of the Aqua Waves I'm going to go with. 1 in 21 packs. That looks like an Aqua Wave if I ever saw one. I like that, though. Pretty cool. I like the parallels. I'm such a sucker for shiny parallels. I really am. Hey, look at that. Barry Larkin. Didn't even know he was in the set. I needed him. Didn't have it. Didn't know anything about this set. Which I guess means there's like 1,000 parallels now that I now just learned that I need to find. But I'll take the base card. Brad Hand, Nationals. Salvador Perez, Royals, and Alec Mills for the Cubs. Okay, it's based on the 1953 design, so that's the 20 22 set. And it comes out soon. All right. I'll have to try to remember to look for that. Jonathan Stever, White Sox. Chadwick Tromp for the Giants. Alfonso Soriano, Yankees. And Ali Sanchez for the Mets. We got 2 packs left. Again, I'd say we did quite well with this. We did well with all of our boxes tonight. We kind of beat the odds on all of them. Hunter Renfroe, Boston. Buster Posey, Giants. Garrett Cole, Yankees. And Gregory Soto for the Tigers. And last but certainly not least, Leody Taveras, Rangers. Kenley Jansen, Dodgers. Starling Marte, Marlins. And our final card is a refractor of Dinelson Lamet for San Diego. So there you have it. Heck of a box, honestly. All things considered. We had refractor, we had the Aqua Wave, refractor, we had the Gaylord Perry out of 100, refractor, X-fractor, refractor, the Brooks Robinson out of 10, refractor, auto, and refractor. So yeah, very nice. Very fun way to end tonight's break. I knew nothing of this set. Sorry, Ben, still hunting that Pudge auto. You know, I mean, if people are interested, I could see trying to grab another one of these boxes. I really enjoyed this one. This one was fun. I don't know how. I guess it's 700 cards. It probably wouldn't be the worst idea to have another box of this at some point in some future break. But I enjoyed that one. There were a nice mix of, like I said, nice mix of players, old, young, new, retired, etc. Good. Seemed like we hit most teams. I guess I'll know for sure when I sort it, but felt like I was saying a bunch of different teams, which is always nice for a group break. I like the card design, I like the chrome treatment, I like the parallels. So I don't have any complaints about that one. Yeah, I guess that pretty much does it for tonight. We've got, like I said, 2 more nights. I'm going to try to keep up with the Tuesdays for the next 2 weeks. I can't really do more than 4 boxes at a time. It takes me a long time to sort them, especially when I write group break posts. Speaking of that, if you haven't checked out my blog, I have posted a couple of box reviews. In fact, today I did a blaster review of the 2021 Absolute Baseball that we opened. I guess that was maybe last week now. So there are a few. I've done a couple box reviews on that. So the 2022 Donruss Optic, I reviewed that box a few days ago. So yeah, you can check out the blog for that. It's Nachos Grande. And if you just search Nachos Grande baseball card or something, it should pop up at the top of the search thing at this point in time. I'm getting close to 2 million hits on the blog, so that's kind of exciting. And other than that, I don't think I have anything else really to announce tonight, other than please, 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 if you have any desire or interest, help me fill up that 2023 Series 1 Jumbo case break. We got the Cardinals claimed, which I need to update that listing before I go to bed tonight, and I will do so. But yeah, there's still a few more slots, so please jump in on that one if you have any interest whatsoever. You get 2 teams for the price of 1, so that's nice. And other than that, I think I'll say good night. Thanks for watching and hanging out, guys. The chat's always been fun. This has been great. I really appreciate not just hanging out with me, although I really do appreciate that because talking to myself is boring, but also the chatter on the Discord. I think the Discord is growing very nicely. I'm super pleased with that, and I've really been enjoying chatting and seeing what people are collecting and doing. And there's some trades happening, and there's some sales happening, and just generally people hanging out talking about stuff they enjoy, which I think is great. I want it to keep being a happy, fun place. So I appreciate all of you and appreciate those of you that are helping people that are new. Some of you have helped me because I'm new. So it's been great. I appreciate it all. I've got no complaints. I am happy, happy, happy. So thanks again for tonight. Hopefully you guys all got something good, and I'll be talking to you soon. We'll be doing that Topps break pretty soon. I'm going to try to do a quick turnaround on that. But again, I need to sell a couple more slots. So get those slots sold or bought. Tell your friends. Get them in the Discord. I don't know if you know anyone that collects certain teams that haven't been claimed yet, but get them in there. See if they're interested. All right. With that, have a lovely evening, everybody. Enjoy Valentine's Day. Kind of over now, I suppose, but And I'll be talking to you soon.